Hello, my name is Chris Ripple, and I work for the Central Kansas Library System in Great Bend. This is the first of a series of videos which will demonstrate how to use NoveList to recommend titles, authors, and series. This particular video introduces the key concept of appeal terms. Appeal terms link together titles, authors, and series so that NoveList can make recommendations. So let's go to NoveList and learn how appeal terms work. I'm going to start by going to the Kansas State Library website because it has a link to NoveList. Here is the website. Over here is the main menu. Down near the bottom, I'm going to click Explore Our Resources. This brings up a page showing or with links to the resources that Kansas has purchased for its citizens. In the center column near the bottom is a link to NoveList. We are now at the home page of NoveList. Over here is a list of categories that can be browsed. Here is a search area for searching for title, author, and series. But I want to look at appeal terms. So I'm going to click Help. It brings up a new menu, a new window. I scroll down, find to the appeal section, click on About Appeal, and then I scroll down, and here are links to 4 documents listing the appeal terms for 4 categories based on age. Most of the appeal terms in these 4 documents will be the same, but some of the appeal terms will be unique and specific to the age group. Let's look at the adult list. Here are the appeal terms. They're in bold, followed by a definition of what the term means. The appeal terms are grouped into categories of storyline, pace, tone, and writing style. Under pace, for example, we have only 2 appeal terms, fast-paced and leisurely paced. Leisurely paced means the book has descriptive language which focuses on detail or careful development of character or setting such that the story unfolds slowly and gradually, allowing the reader to savor the narrative. So, here are appeal terms. Let's see how NoveList uses the appeal terms. I'm going to start with a search for Christmas. Christmas brings up 6,560 titles. That is a lot of titles to browse through. Each of these titles has some appeal terms attached to it. To see the appeal terms attached to a specific title, you click on the title, scroll down and click on the blue About This Book, scroll down again, and you will see the list of appeal terms attached to this specific book. I'm now going to show you how appeal terms are used to shorten long lists of books and create recommended lists of titles, authors, and series. So I'm going to go back up to the top and click on Results List. Well, remember we had 6,560 titles. I'm going to use appeal terms to shorten the list. Here are the categories of appeal terms. As I click on them, you'll see that it pops open, revealing the appeal terms in each category. This area only allows for 6 appeal terms to be displayed. If the category has more appeal terms, in the lower right corner will be the word More. You click on it and it pops open a box displaying more appeal terms you can click on. Down here are the leisurely paced and fast paced we saw earlier. So let's say we want a leisurely paced Christmas story. So if I click leisurely paced, what it's going to do is going to look through the terms in all the books and display only those books that are leisurely paced. We say here Christmas and leisurely paced for the results. And that the combination of those two dramatically reduced the number of titles from 6,500 to 181 titles. If we were to look down the appeal terms again and decide, oh, we want mystery stories, if we click mystery stories, it adds mystery stories to the results list and further reduces the list of titles, now this time down to 24. So the first use of appeal terms is to shorten lists of long lists of books. The second way that appeal terms are used is that the appeal terms attached to a specific title are used to identify other books that will be put on a read-alikes list for titles, for authors, or series. Let's look at the title read-alikes. The title read-alikes list comes up with 9 titles, and for each of the titles you have the title, the author, and the reason. If you read the reason, you'll see that they are appeal terms, so that the strong sense of place is an appeal term for this book as well. Character driven is an appeal term for this book. And so the fact that these two books share these appeal terms means that this book was included in a list of recommended books. And this is true for all the books on the list. They will all have appeal terms that are shared with this book. So we use it to shorten long lists of titles. We use it to create recommended lists of titles, authors, and series. In the next video, we will look at a real patron's request for a recommended titles, and we will pull out clues from that request and use them with NoveList to make a recommended list of more titles. I hope to see you then.